Hello everyone, welcome to Ladboy coding. Today we are going to solve two problems, two sum and three sum. So first of all, let's see these questions. So given an array of integers that is already sorted, we need to find two numbers that is equal to a target number. So yes, if this is the array and we have target 9, then we need to return 1 and 2. 1 and 2 are index in the array. So let's first create the array. Because the array is already sorted, we can use two-pointer approach to solve this problem. We initialize a pointer I and initialize a pointer j, and we check 2 plus 15 is 17. 17 is larger than 9, so we decrement j. 2 plus 11 is 13. 13 is also larger than 9, so we decrement j. And then we find 2 plus 7 is 9. We get the target, so we just need to return the index I and j. Let's see another example. If we want to find target 18, first we initialize I and j. 2 plus 15 is 17. 17 is smaller than 18, so we increment left pointer. And then 7 plus 15 is 22. 22 is larger than 18, so we decrement the right pointer. And then we find 7 plus 11 is 18, and we just return I and j. Now, let's code it. Left pointer from 0, right pointer from the last element in the array. And then when the pointer is not crossed, we get the left number and the right number. So if this two number is equal to the target, we just need to return index, so left and right. Otherwise, if the sum is larger than the target, we decrement the right pointer. Or if the sum is smaller than the target, we increment the left pointer. And in the end, we just return an empty list. So let's run it. Okay, 0 and 1 is correct. They want us to return 1 and 2, so let's just add 1. Add 1. That's it. Okay, so let's analyze our time-space complexity. The time is indeed O of n. N is how many numbers in the array. And the space is constant because we just use two pointers. Now, let's see an upgraded version of this question, three-sum. Let's see three-sum, and we can see lots of companies really like this problem. So given an array of numbers, we need to check if there are three numbers that is equal to 0 or any target. We need to find unique triplets in the array. So we can reduce this problem to our two-sum problem. But first, we need to sort the data. Let's print it. Okay, so then let's see. This is the array, right? We need to find target 0. So first, let's construct the array. So let's see how we can reduce this problem to a two-sum problem. So starting from the first element, let's create another variable called goal. Goal is equal to the target minus the current element. So for example, we're starting from -4, and the goal becomes 0 minus 4, which is 4. So then we initialize our pointer I and initialize our pointer J. And we run the same two-sum solution on the subarray. So -1 plus 2 is 1. It is smaller than 4. So we increment the left pointer. And -2 plus 2 is also 1. So we increment the left pointer. And 0 plus 2 is also smaller than 4. So we increment the left pointer. And we did not find any other element that is equals to the target 4. So then now let's go to here. Let's go to the second element, -1. So the goal becomes 0 minus 1 is 1. We start I from here and J from here. And then we can check -1 plus 2 is 1. So we find it. So we append -1, -1, 2. The first -1 is the current index, and the second -1 is the index of I, and the 2 is the index of J. Then we're not done yet. We need to traverse all the array to find all answers. In this case, if we find 1, then we increment left pointer and decrement right pointer. Oh, we are lucky. 0 plus 1 is also equal to 1. So we append -1, 0, and 1 to the result. Then this element, -1, become our current index. We do the same thing. So I and J, 0 plus 2 is 2. 2 is larger than 1. So we decrement right pointer. And 0 plus 1 is 1. So we find another pair of -1, 0, 1. But there is already a pair of data that is -1, 0, 1. So we will ignore this answer. So this is our solution. We reduce three-sum problem to two-sum problem. Now let's code it. We need to use a set to deduplicate. For index in range length nums. So current element is here. And our goal is, our target is a 0. So our goal is target minus current. And our left index is the next element. And our right index is always the length of the number minus 1. So we do the same thing when we're solving the two-sum solution. Left, right. Is equal to the goal. Then we will just say result add current left and right. Else, if the two element is larger than the goal, then we need to decrement the right index. Otherwise, if it is smaller than the goal, we need to increment the left index. So yeah, that's it. Let's print our result. Oops, never mind. So in this case, we need to increment the left pointer and decrement the right pointer. Yes, this is our output. And then in the end, we need to iterate over the result set. Let's return the output array. Yes, that's it. Let's submit our code. Okay, so for the time complexity is n squared because we nested a while loop in the for loop. And for the space complexity, because we use a set, is linear. So that's it. The key is to how to apply two-sum algorithm in three-sum question. Thanks for watching. Please feel free to leave a comment. The code is in the description below. Thank you. Bye-bye.